Yo, what's up trainers, welcome back to a new video, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing you a nice team for the Color Cup, which is going to be double 3. So without further ado, let's hop into this first match. We got the Toxapex on the lead, I got the Swampert on the lead, so that's a very positive lead matchup for us. They safe swap into their Ferrothorn, and I'm safe swapping into my Shiftry. To be honest, I think I make a mistake here. I should have just went into my Trevenant because I think it's a better matchup, because Trevenant can take a bit more damage instead of my Shiftry, but I decided to play it like this. So basically, let's see how we did. I'm gonna go for foul play. Now I'm gonna go for foul play again, not allowing them to throw or get an extra bullet seed in, because we threw on CMP tie. They just got a new free bullet seed in, which is kind of like unfortunate, but as you can see, we outpace on this move. But will we outpace on the next move? I don't think so, but let's see. No, they will reach one move before we will. We are at the move right now, but we couldn't click it because we weren't there yet. I'm gonna let this go for the foul play, and now making them decide if they want to give up their final shield, or yeah, we're gonna get switched back. So we're gonna get switched back. Here you see I wanted to aggressively swap into my Trevenant as well, allowing them not to get too far ahead on energy, but they will get there. And now this is going to be kind of like a tough game, because they go for the Shadow Ball. We have to shield. I'm gonna bank one Shadow Ball, and then come back in with the Swampert, farm all the way up to almost to max energy, because there's nothing they can throw which is going to hurt us except for the brine. But as you can see, we can take a few of those. And in this case, we're gonna go for the nuke move, but I'm gonna undercharge it a bit, as you can see, making sure that I will leave with a lot of energy when we come out of this. And as you can see, perfect, we got the Earthquake, and now I'm just gonna full send this Earthquake, because my opponent needs to farm us down, leave with a Shadow Ball to get the KO, and an Earthquake does so much damage, and we get the farm down with the mud shot. So that's a nice game. GG's, very well played to my opponent. Another Toxapex lead, which is why we are running Swampert on the lead. They safe switch into their Trevenant, and we got the hardest answer, or a very good answer for it, in Shiftry. So the battle of the trees, right, which is kind of like nice for this cup. So they're gonna go for the Shadow Ball. We can let this go, and this is actually gonna bring us into the red, almost where they can farm us down basically, which is kind of like a bad thing. But on the other hand, Trevenant with shield advantage or Trevenant with 2 shields advantage is actually going to be quite strong. So I'm gonna bait here, because I'm expecting them, they want to get switch, which allows me then to get to another leaf blade, making sure that they will get very low. And here I'm gonna get farmed down. I think they stopped there at tapping, which is a nice play by my opponent, making sure that, as you can see, I'm not gonna get as much farm down as I was gonna get if they weren't gonna do that. But I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but because I'm reading they have double ghost in the back, so they're gonna come back in with their Toxapex, and because they have double ghost in the back, probably another grass type or maybe a Shiftry, and Shiftry against a Trevenant can still do quite well if you leave with a lot of energy. And I should not swap out in this matchup, because they want me to swap out, and I'm not going to do so. I'm just gonna make sure that I have more energy when I've taken out this Toxapex, so that I can still manage to win this game. So here I maybe overfarmed a bit too much, but as I said, I'm reading probably double ghost in the back, because I've seen this team before. So I'm gonna go for the seed bomb here, just to make sure that we still have some remaining HP left. And what do they have in the back? It's actually another ghost type. We get to the Shadow Ball, and that's going to be a GG. Very well played. So even though we lost switch, we made use out of the shield advantage we had, and we boomed them out of the sky, or not out of the sky, but we boomed them, you know what I mean. So next game, another Toxapex lead. You love to see it, right? How are they going to play it? We don't know yet. So we're gonna farm up until we get to the Earthquake. We're not gonna throw it straight away, because I was afraid of them to catch. And in this scenario, as you can see, we're just gonna overfarm a bit, and then we're gonna throw. Now, does my opponent want to give up a shield? Yes, they do, which is fine by me. We're gonna just farm up again, and not on the CMP tie actually. They were one off, I think, because it takes 8 to get to the brine and 10 to get to the sludge wave. poison jabs, and this is probably the reason why they didn't swap out, because they were core broken by the Swampert on the lead. And now this is going to allow me to get to multiple hydro cannons as well. They can shield up here, we can shield up as well, and again I'm worrying and trying to think about they can potentially catch, but if they throw another flame charge, I'm just going to spam it straight away, because you cannot swap out with it when you're in your fast move animation, meaning that we will take them out. We get the snipe with the Trevenant, and now whatever's in the back is going to get boomed by the Trevenant, which is going to be a Galvantula. They win CMP, it doesn't matter anymore. We can let this go. We still got the Shiftry in the back as well. We're just gonna go for the Shadow Ball here. And this is almost going to be taking them out, which is another GG. Very well played to my opponent. And we're gonna go into the next game. Alright, so if there's one core breaker for this team, then it's going to be Abomasnow. I went A2 in this set, and I lost twice against the Abomasnow, where I probably could have won one of them, but I misplayed that a bit. You will see that later on, of course. But yeah, Abomasnow is a massive core breaker for this team. If you would run Toxapack on the lead, it would give you a bit more coverage, but I ran the Swampert, because I felt like I've seen a lot of kind of like same team compositions as the team as I'm running right now, and it does give you a slither of an advantage, where you have the Toxapack versus the Swampert, and then you can also play it around with your backline depending on what they swap in. So again, as you can see, they take us out. They're gonna come reach to the I thought they were one off of the energy ball, so I decided to let it go. I thought it was just going to be a weather ball, but it was the energy ball, and yeah, that's going to basically be a GG, because we couldn't get the farm down here, and yeah, that's kind of like a pain, even though they were kind of like core broken by either one of our back Pokemon, because they had a Swampert and a ground type in the back. So maybe I should have just played it out more with the Swampert, but yeah, there's nothing like a real fast or charge move that will hurt, although a Shadow Abomasnow will almost take still 50% damage by a Hydro Cannon. So maybe that's the better play for in future games I'm gonna play. Just spam out these Hydros, because they will have to shield up after the second one, but they can put more pressure on your shields as well. But if your backline is double grass, maybe that's the play. So yeah, as you can see, we take them out, and they come in with the with the Abomasnow, and they have the Shadow Swampert in the back. But yeah, I could have maybe played it differently looking at it right now, but kind of like a core breaker. So another kind of like a spicy pick by my opponent. They have the Kingdra. They've got to farm up a lot of energy, and then they come in with their Zapdos, and that's not going to be the play, my man, because my trainer. Because if you come in this late against a Trevenant, you're gonna get swept, you're gonna get baited, and we're gonna shield up this move, and then afterwards we are just gonna go for the Shadow Ball. If they want to let that go, we're not baiting anymore. They're gonna lose switch. So let's see how they're gonna decide to play this. Are they gonna give up their final shield, or will they let this go? Boom! We boomed them out of the sky this time, and as you can see, there's nothing they could have done here, because they had the Marowak in the back, and as soon as you get ahead on energy with the Trevenant, basically anything that has to come in, except for probably the Shiftry, will have to commit a shield. So now they have the Marowak here. We're just gonna come in with the Swampert, fire off a Hydro Cannon, and then we're gonna win this game with Shiftry. They tried to go for the catch. It didn't matter any much, because now they only have the only win con basically is to land the Outrage, and I'm just gonna shield up because I can get to the Leaf Blade here. And they know better, because I also had the Hydro Cannon stored. So yeah, that's going to be a GG. Alright, another kind of like a spicy pick. And I'm gonna go for a spicy pick as well in the upcoming days, where I'm gonna show you a nice pick for the Trevenant as a counter, which you will see in this video as well. So make a comment down below if you know which Pokemon I'm gonna be using, and if you can guess the Pokemon which I'm talking about right now. So they go for the play rough, which is fine. We can take those, and now they make a nice catch on the Trevenant, but it doesn't really matter too much because we still have a nice hard answer in the back where we can just come in, overload on energy, and basically make sure that we have so much energy stored for the next Pokemon coming in that they are at a shield disadvantage already. We can just go for the Leaf Blade on CMP tie, making sure that we get the maximum amount of farm. As you can see, we take them out with the Leaf Blade. It's cheaper, and at the point of HP that they were, you can just go for the lower charging move because you will have more energy in the next at the next Pokemon. And as you can see, we went for the Leaf Blade first, and I'm gonna go for the Foul Play because I think it just does a bit more damage. I'm not too sure actually, should check that, but yeah, you could see it here. I think it did a bit more. We're gonna come back in with the Swampert, make sure that they throw, it doesn't matter too much. We catch actually, which is actually a better play because now this is going to be a brine. And this is gonna allow them to, well, they have to come back in because we could have just went for the Shadow Ball or whatsoever. Here I'm just gonna go for a Seed Bomb because Dedenne is not so tanky. It's a spicy pick, but as you can see, we take them out and they know it's over. So GG, well played to my opponent. All right, next game. All right, we got the Pichirisu on the lead, which is also kind of like a nice pick. But I think I played this wrong again. Where I'm baiting here, which is kind of like a play you could do, but in general I would recommend you to just go for the Quake as soon as you get there. I don't know why I went for the Hydra. Probably I was expecting them to shield up, and that Pichirisu is so tanky. That Hydro Cannon did almost like no damage. We're gonna go for one more because I wanted to preserve some HP on my Swampert, but they get to the move anyways, and we can get the farm down here. So that's kind of like an unfortunate misplay by me, because even though it's an electric type, it almost took my Swampert out, which is unfortunate. Here I'm just gonna aggressively swap into my Trevenant just to lure out their hardest counter. And they got an Abomasnow in the back, and at this point I'm like, oh my god, how I'm gonna win this, because Abomasnow again is the one and only core breaker for this team, and that's a reason why you should run Toxapex maybe, because it counters the Abomasnow way more than the Swampert does, because Swampert basically gets wrecked by it because all charge moves will be resisted. But maybe you should therefore run the Sludge Wave on it. That's something else you can try, and I think that's a better play actually. So let's see. They come in with the Toxapex. Here I'm gonna reach another Shadow Ball. I'm actually gonna bait. Don't know why, because I'm gonna be dead anyway, so I shouldn't went for the bait here. I shouldn't just went for the Shadow Ball, but we get the shield anyways, which is nice. And at this point, I thought I would have reached the Earthquake before they do, but we don't. And yeah, that's going to be a GG, because they have so much energy. Where in this case or this scenario, I have to overfarm quite a lot, because they also had some energy left on their Abomasnow, which would mean that they would reach a Weather Ball before I was gonna reach double whatever. So yeah, it was going to be GG. All right, another positive lead. Again, Toxapex on the lead. Let's see how they are gonna react, respond. We're just gonna farm up and throw the. Well, we're gonna farm up again, because I'm afraid people are running double grass lines in the back and they want to catch that Earthquake, right? So you have to be careful of that. So we're gonna overfarm almost to max energy again, and then we're gonna throw this move, Earthquake, and let's see how are they going to respond. They don't, so we're gonna snipe and we get the farm down, which is nice. Those are the plays you kind of want to do. And they actually have a Litleo in the back, which is kind of like the hardest counter to a Trevenant, right? So how are we going to play this? We're just gonna go for the Seed Bombs, because I think that's single resisted instead of being double resisted, where you can throw the Shadow Balls here. So we're gonna go for another one, and as you can see, it actually does quite a lot of well, not a lot, but it does do a nice amount of chip damage. And here they have the Crunch probably loaded, or they will go for the Flame Charge, hoping them to go for the Flame Charge, because I will reach another move here. And they actually swap and make a beautiful catch on their Trevenant. which is still probably going to be fine because we got a nice hard answer to it. So I'm gonna come in with my Shiftry straight away, of course, as soon as I can, and I'm gonna shield up this move. Why? Because I want to preserve some HP on my Shiftry, where it then is going to be harder for them to farm you down with the Incinerate. Even though this move is going to be resisted, I think I only need one more shield to make sure that I can get this KO, because the snarl damage is not going to be resisted instead of the Shadow Claw, which was from the Trevenant. So they have to shield everything, and here I'm just gonna go and spam out these leaf blades, because I will get to another one, I think, because here they went for the crunch. Actually, I should have went for the they should have went for the flame charge if they were there. I think they were, because they already had another move, because then it would have boosted their fast move damage, right? And now, because Incinerate is a 5-turn move and Mudshot is a 2-turn move, if I'm not mistaken, 2 Mudshots will take them out before the Incinerate takes us out. So here again, one of the fastest matches you will see in Go Battle League. GG's, very well played. Next game. We've got the Zapdos on the lead, which is kind of like a neutral lead, I would say. We can take one move and they cannot take any move, if I'm not mistaken. Here I'm deciding to let this go. Yeah, I'm just going to play straight for shield advantage. Throw the Hydro Cannon on the CMP tie, because we reach at the same time. And let's see how they're gonna respond. Now we swap, and let's see what are they gonna do. They're gonna stay in. We can just over farm a bit in this scenario, because we swapped in. They are at the drill pack, and now we're just gonna over farm, and they respond with the toxic pack, which is actually quite nice, because Shiftry doesn't like to see the toxic pack, right? Because the Shiftry will take super effective damage because of its grass typing, and Trevenant will not, because it's also partly Ghost, which resists. So now let's see how are they gonna play. We're gonna just go for Shadow Ball, spam it out all day long, and here they actually decide to use their final shield, which is a good thing for me, bad thing for them. And now let's see. Are we gonna reach another one? Yes, we will, and we also won CMP there. So don't know really if this was the play. I could have also let our Trevenant went down and then come in with the Swampert. But here I was like, nah, I think Shiftry will take this game anyways. So I'm gonna aggressively swap in with our Shiftry. And as you can see, they have a Trevenant in the back. Double foul play will will win me this game, where we can easily go for one foul play, take them out. We have another one ready, and this is also going to be taken out, that Zapdos. So yeah, as you can see, very nice gameplay. Double 3 is kind of like a strong pick, so make sure to also keep that in mind for your team composition. I went 8-2 with this set, and afterwards I tried some other different teams, which you will see as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know down in the comments below which hardest counter for the Trevenant I'm going to be using in my next videos, because I think that's going to be a nice pick as well, because the Trevenant is such a nice safe swap. So yeah, trainers, see you guys in the next video, and yeah, peace.